Hey guys, and welcome to another vlog. And this is a vlog idea that I've had for a while, and it's pretty silly that I haven't really been able to do this just yet. I haven't spent a lot of time playing games, like games where you actually complete them. Although I have completed a few things since I started doing videos, but I never did this. This is born from my movie vlogs, because I don't want to do reviews. I did enough gaming type things with my favorite games, and they weren't even really reviews. I don't want this to be a review. This is just my thoughts about a game I just completed, and I'm going to start doing this, I think, from now on with every game that I beat, like an actual game. Say an Assassin's Creed game, Skyrim, Fallout games, old games, like if I go and play Tomb Raiders again, Resident Evil, Final Fantasy games, something like that. Even if I've beat them before in the past, I want to do these little sit down, talk about the game after I beat it kind of videos. So anyway, I don't want this to be super long, and I try to say that a lot, but I don't want this one to be super long, because now that I have beat the last episode of The Wolf Among Us, I have to get in over here and start watching the YouTube videos of like PewDiePie and Cry and whoever else has played it and put up videos for it. So anyway, The Wolf Among Us. I just, excuse me, after about a week of it having been released, I finally had a chance to sit down and play it today. I played this last episode. I'm sure it was an hour-ish, maybe a little longer. Went pretty quick. Had some nice action sequences. Of course, finalized the story for this first season. Obviously, leaves things open for more. I hope that they do continue on. Telltale Games, made this game. People who did the Walking Dead game, or 2 seasons now of The Walking Dead. Shouldn't have had cereal about 10 minutes ago because I'm getting that dairy phlegm cough. But then they did stuff like Jurassic Park, the game, all these kind of point and click action or adventure style games. I'm not doing a very good job of describing how the game plays, but it's very much a storyline game where you do some kind of like quick time events and get to choose your dialogue, and that's essentially how it plays. But anyway, it's very good ending to the story. Okay, I don't feel like it ranks up there with The Walking Dead, even like the second season of Walking Dead. But I'm not saying it's not awesome, and I'm not saying that it's a favorite game of mine now. It won't go on to my favorite game series. I kind of touched on it when I did Walking Dead. Walking Dead was a game that was just amazing, touching on the zombie fad that's so big right now. Had the most amazing duo characters in a video game that I can ever think of in Lee and Clementine. And it was a game where you rooted for them to make it, to survive, and and come out on the other end, at least together, all in one piece, so to speak. With The Wolf Among Us, it was an interesting, engaging story. I loved the characters, but I didn't feel that drive, that inspiration to want to see these people get through all the things that were being thrown at them. It was a little bit more of a standard kind of story. It wasn't a survival story. It was more of a badass kind of story, like Bigby Wolf, the character that you play as, is the sheriff of Fabletown, and he's like a badass. So that's the way I kind of played him. Even though I did try to make sure that he did his best to help Snow White in upholding justice for Fabletown and all the fables. But in a lot of ways, I also, at times, I just wanted to rip someone's guts out. I just wanted to push those buttons a little bit, see how far he could go. That was what I really enjoyed about it. I'd say more than anything else was just, it was a whole lot of fun getting to take hold of that kind of a character instead of characters who are so piled up with the tragedy of their world. And there was a lot of times when these writers for this game like kind of stuck that knife in your back a little bit and turned it a little bit. Every time you thought you were making the right decision, they found a way to kind of spin it on you, which is a testament to their writing. And like I said, I don't want to give the story too much away. I would like to put a plug out there for the graphic novel that this is based on. It's called Fables by Bill Willingham, I believe is his name. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never read or seen these graphic novels, had never heard of them before this game came along. I'm very tempted to check them out now. Although now that I've played the game before reading any of the graphic novels, I'm actually afraid that reading the original content, I may be thinking too much about the game, and it may spoil some aspect of it for me. Like I may end up feeling like the game being the first one that I played, even if the graphic novel blows it away, that may still be my favorite. It's just an interesting concept that a lot of people talk about. Like whatever you read first, play first, watch first, or whatever, ends up being a person's favorite, even if later on they discover something that's done better. And especially with like books and movies and books and games and stuff like that. Anyway, I would definitely recommend this game to people who like storyline games, who know that a lot of times they're just going to be sitting there watching something happen instead of doing something. If you played the Walking Dead, the Telltale Games Walking Dead series at all, play The Wolf Among Us. It's pretty amazing, so I enjoyed it. I'm glad I beat something here recently. The light, like loose ending to Tomodachi Life that I got last week, I think it was, it didn't really count. But this year I've only had a few actual games that I've completed. Mostly it had been completing episodes of this and Walking Dead. And it's not really completing a full game until you've done it all. So now I've completed the full Wolf Among Us. I expect in the next couple of weeks there'll be another episode of The Walking Dead from Telltale Games. Jeez. Let's see, the last one of the... Walking Dead right now is only up through episode 3. So there's still 2 more episodes of that. Those should be out before the end of the year. But the only real games I've completed this year now is the full Wolf Among Us, Scribblenauts Unlimited, Jeopardy for the N64, which was simple, and the X-Files game for the PC, which is a replay. I've played and beat that several times. Otherwise, it's been The Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, and the DLC for The Last of Us. So I'm not hitting it this year quite like I did last year, but it's only July, so I'm hoping from here until the end of the year maybe I can do a little better. Okay, well, I was promising myself I wouldn't go too long on this, and I still feel like I have a little bit, so I'm going to wrap this up. Go play The Wolf Among Us if you haven't already. It's pretty awesome. It does get a physical release sometime later this year. I'm looking forward to that. I want to get it. Maybe not right away, but at some point I would like to pick that up. It'd be worth it to have it that way, even though I have it digitally. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next vlog or video.